This is made possible by our sponsors, donors, and funders. You can help us too by making a donation at the donation box in the concourse. Feel free to take photographs and short videos of the performance, but please turn off that flash so that you don't distract our artists and your fellow patrons. If you're sharing your photos online, do hashtag EsplanadeSG and Wonder Here. Thank you and enjoy the show.
I'm Kamban.
I'm Isaac.
And we are both from NUS, part of the Indian Instrumental Ensemble. So the performance that we have decided to put up today is under the theme of exchange. So the instrument that I'm playing is called the Veena, and it's a Carnatic Indian instrument.
I'm playing the cello, which is a Western classical instrument.
So what we're going to be exchanging is basically between Carnatic music and Western music. So the piece that we just played is a Carnatic music piece called Innum Yanmanam, which is in Ragam Charukesi and is composed by Lalgudi Jayaraman sir.
And for the rest of tonight's performance, we'll be alternating between Carnatic and Western classical. So the next piece we're playing is from Bach. It's from the third suite for solo cello in C. And we're playing the Bourrée, which is basically a light dance. I think when we were picking the pieces from the different cultures, I think the Baroque music sort of stood out to me because if you're familiar with Baroque music, there is an instrument called the harpsichord. It looks like a piano, but it basically works by plucking strings. And so the sound of the harpsichord to me was somewhat similar to the sound of the Veena, which is also a plucked instrument with the same kind of plectrums. So that was sort of the sound that we were looking for. After we finish the Bourrée, which is our Western classical piece, then we will transition into another Carnatic piece, which I'm going to introduce.
Carnatic piece is Shri Jalandhara, and it's in Ragam Gambhiranadu. Okay, hope you enjoy the rest of our performance. Thank you.
And also last pair of pieces that we're playing. The first we'll do another Western classical piece. So it will be the jig from the same suite. This is like a light dance in triple meter. When I first picked this piece, so there's a lot of string crossings in the piece and a lot of drones as well. And to me, then that sounded a lot like the Veena's tandem style of playing, which you will also see later in today's performance. And so after the jig, then we'll have another Carnatic piece.
And the Carnatic piece after that will be Wedding Bells by Chitti Babu. And following that, we'll also have a finale prepared. So after this piece, we will mention the tandem style later again to relate it. Yeah, thank you. Wedding Bells, followed by our finale. And during the finale, keep a lookout for the tandem style that we mentioned. And you'll notice that the piece that we just played will come again later in the finale. So hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming. If you missed the first half and you'd like to see it, we have another show at 7:45. Thank you again.
We hope you enjoyed the